The Humane Society of Burnett County is a 501c3 nonprofit, fully funded by donations and volunteers. We are currently located on land that is owned by the county, but the building was built with donations and volunteer labor. So we're not county funded. So donations are a huge help, and that's what keeps our doors open. I've been a volunteer with the Humane Society since we started in 2000, so 14 years. I've been an employee for just over a year now. Intake, bringing in new animals, doing exams, vaccinating, doing some blood tests, that type of thing. Adoption applications, processing those, processing the adoptions themselves when people take animals home. Computer entry of keeping all the records for the animals are all kept on a computer. Talking to the public, doing the public that way as well. It's all part of kind of a never-ending job title. Myself, or we have other volunteers that help find fosters, so it's kind of a team effort. Many people looking for fosters, especially if it's a special animal that we know needs a very specific home setting. Then we have a lot of volunteers that can help find those particular people. The new animals are brought in sometimes by public, by someone that just finds a stray. Sometimes it's brought in by law enforcement, either a sheriff's department officer or a village officer. And sometimes we do have to go out and pick up, and then it might be myself or another staff member that goes out and picks up with the shelter van. So they come in a few different ways. Started out as a volunteer, just kind of learning the ropes, and as we've grown and expanded. When we first started, we didn't have a shelter. We fostered all the animals out of homes, and so I fostered out of my home when I first started. So besides my own animals, I would foster anywhere from 1 to 3 other dogs besides my own, sometimes more. But we started out as that. When an animal is put on the adoption floor, we've already tested them for temperament and health to make sure they're safe and healthy. And when someone completes a pre-adoption application, we have a process we go through to make sure that it's a good fit for the animal, that it's the right home, that if they rent, that the landlord's okay with them having that animal there is really important. Make sure obviously that there's no animal neglect charges in people's background. And if an animal, say it's an animal that just needs a lot of exercise, well then it's maybe making sure that it's a home that's going to accommodate the exercise needs, not an apartment in a city. So there's a lot of different things we look at for matching them up with the right home. We rely heavily on volunteers to do a lot of the work to help lighten the load for the few paid staff that we have. Volunteers, once they get trained in and get comfortable, can really kind of go into whatever areas they're interested in, whether it's walking dogs, grooming the animals. Both cats and dogs alike need baths and brushing from time to time. Feeding the animals, like Marianne volunteers in the office, and she'll help with the phones, help greet people, take in donations that might come in during the day. She'll feed the animals at 4 o'clock. We'll go out and feed everybody, so she'll make sure that the animals are fed and watered for the evening. So there's a lot of things. Each month it can really vary. This last month I believe we adopted out 18 animals. I just did that for August, the month of August. So it can vary from month to month, and it was a combination of cats and dogs. I think we did a lot more cats in August. This month we're probably picking up on the dog side of things. We took in, I think, 33 animals last month. And our annually we take in about 365 animals on average. Regular cat adoption is $75, and a dog adoption is $195. Doesn't matter what type of dog or what age. That's our cost into the animals to have them spayed or neutered, microchipped, vaccinated, any testing, like the family leukemia testing on cats or the heartworm testing on dogs, it needs to be done before they go home. So it's just our base cost into them is those prices. With the new shelter, our goal is to be able to serve more animals, especially in the area of cats. As you saw out there, we don't have a lot of room for cats, very limited. I think it's very good that we've grown with our supporters and our volunteers over the years. We've been around 14 years now, and when we started it was just kind of a day by day. We didn't know how long, we didn't know how it was going to go. But it's been great. It's just the word spreads, and positive comments and positive adopters and members just keep growing. So it's very good, and it's definitely an area that even though we're trying to educate people to microchip and to tag their animals and do things so they can be reclaimed and found, there's still never a shortage of strays coming through the doors. It's always, so the need's always going to be there.